by dezly, and on the other side we have the losingest DLC character in the game, Sora, who, I mean...
No, you're right. The losingest
DLC character.
Someone told me like it was impossible to be cool with Sora, and I was like, because it really is. Like your spells require range. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And you are floaty, so that means you're gonna commit a little less. And then like sometimes you just randomly have, you know, sparks of this right here, the chains. You just can't get out of it. No one enjoys playing against Sora.
No, and even if you get the combo, it lasts so long. Even if it doesn't do much, because of the way that they work, and because he's so floaty, you know, you can't be fast with this character. As much as you want to try and press buttons and do stuff, like it's not quick.
Yeah.
So the way that the character functions just isn't as flashy and exciting.
Right, exactly. The character definitely needs to play at its pace, you know what I'm saying? And adapting to another pace, I think even in that game plan is just, how do I get back to my pace?
Right.
Yeah.
And Chaotic Refrain doing a good job of keeping that pace, though. And dezly rocking the Min Min is not going to be a character that's pushing the pace, you know, particularly far. Most of the time, I mean, Min Min snowballs leads, but isn't. Ooh. Oh, I kind of am surprised that didn't snap from where it was. But
he was a little low.
I just expect Sora to like.
I expected the third.
You know?
Yeah, I expected some option.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, but unfortunate for Chaotic Refrain. I was enjoying the pace at which they were playing right now. Oh, unfortunate that counter doesn't. Well, maybe fortunate for some people.
Maybe
that counter doesn't. Yeah, that counter not going to reach through Min Min's arms. But
maybe it shouldn't. Min Min's got long arms.
Honestly, you know what? If it reached through that, I'd be very upset.
Oh, beautiful spot dodge up close. I do like the Chaotic Refrain. I feel like it's still maintaining that pace.
Yes,
you were
thank
talking
you.
about it.
Just trying to get back on that tip right there, because that is the make it or break it versus Min Min. You either destroy the pace or you play it better than she can. And Sora is definitely not going to be the person dictating that pace too often. So Chaotic Refrain is going to use that patience, use that stage, slowly approach dezly as I guess any of us would try to do.
Right. I love, you know, we've seen a lot of dezly here, a DFW staple.
Ooh.
That was nice. I'm not as familiar with Chaotic Refrain, but I love the way that they clearly have a game plan that they're sticking to and not getting too antsy about who has the lead or who's doing what. They have a way that they want to play the game, a place that they want to be at, and they're committing to it. And I think that's right. I think that's the way you're gonna find success. It's not, you know, feeling like you have to change something just because you're behind.
Right, rushing yourself. I feel like as a lot of us as players, and even sometimes as spectators, we wait for the action. We want to dictate the pace of the match ourselves. You know, we want to land our big, cool combo, man. We want a big, tough guy. We want to be a big, tough guy. But in competition, you require a lot more planning and gameplay. The strategy right here is definitely waiting for your opening. Speaking of openings.
Yeah, dezly waited for that opening.
Yeah. Oh, no, there is a new opening right there. After he got hit, there is opening aplenty.
My goodness. I feel like Chaotic Refrain's eventually getting, you know, some of these fairs. But every single hit's like a nickel and a dime and not like a huge extension. Maybe we get like a little loop, but it's not lasting. And I think that some of that's just Sora as a character. Is some of this stuff is not consistent or maybe requires some level of technicality that makes it in tournament inconsistent.
Right. Honestly, the matchup kind of seems like that pace is going to be favored more often than not, because you're going to get that combo, you're going to separate, and then it's back to neutral.
And then you got arms to deal with.
Right.
You know, that's exactly where Min Min wants you, dealing with those arms. And when she's got the megawatt out, and one hit does 1 billion damage, sends you flying.
And buku knockback.
Exactly. I feel like it just benefits this pace and the way that it's going. It does benefit Min Min.
Right.
But the way that Sora is as a character, what do you do to speed it up or get over there? I feel like because you're so floaty and you don't really have like a diag down move, it becomes really hard to deal with arms.
Yeah, that is the angle she struggles in with, you know, is that 45, directly 45, because she has to commit to either a defensive or you know,
either
some
like
kind of
a jump to get the
or
arm
a
to hit that
movement,
angle,
right.
Like, yeah.
But since Sora is lacking in that, or I mean, you can see it coming since he moves so slowly in the air.
Even with a sword, he's got some range, but not more than the arm.
You just don't get there
like,
in time.
You know?
Yeah, not at least not to her box.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you've gotta invade her zone, her threat zone, and then still get to her. Like, just because you're in her threat zone doesn't even mean that you're in her. You know, like you can punish her. You know what I'm saying? So you have to do more than just
I feel like when
get there.
when you're a floaty character like Sora, it sucks, but I feel like you do have to stay more grounded against min than jumping. Because when you're in the air, it's going to take you forever to fall, and it's going to give you dezly all the time in the world to react to where you're at and do something about it.
Right.
But I feel like on the ground, maybe you could try to mix in some more dash attacks, just a little bit of burst, so that dezly's not always ready to snap react to what you're doing. Because if you never threaten the dash attack or anything, it's not safe. It's not great.
Right.
But if they have to think about it every once in a while, then that slows their reaction to everything else.
Exactly. You've got to give people more to think of. The term I think comes to mind is like mental RAM.
Yes.
You know, like how many options can I use to overwhelm my opponent's process network? Trying, yes, the third Sonic Blade was the correct option.
Yeah.
Even Sonic Blade would be a good thing to throw out.
I agree. It's a mix because you can stop after 2. But it reminds me of like double a chance.
Yeah.
From Roy, like if that's hitting your shield, if the last one hits, that it's smash attack punishable. But like you have to be on top of the stagger.
Yeah.
It's not easy to react to.
Honestly, we've spoken a lot about chaotic refrain, but dezly, a player we know and love and know for this kind of play, has really shown like what a patient play style with a character that is very proficient in that sort of thing does. You know what I'm saying? Like you're very patient on shield. You don't rush your options. Oh, the Thunder though. Chaotic refrain with the opportunity. I don't think dezly can get back from that.
No, he can't. That extra little 1-2 from the forward air.
Vital.
Definitely needed. And good on Chaotic refrain to smell blood in the water. It was immediately answered back. dezly's a shark.
He gave him the 1-2 back.
Like,
nah, these are yours, dog. I don't touch these.
It's a left and a right.
Equal lives. Well, equal lives. Equal lefts, equal rights, baby.
Man. Stuck at the ledge.
Yep.
There we go. That's the exact angle.
Okay, so punishes like this would be fantastic for chaotic refrain if they were a little bit more consistent. Every punish being a 30 or something like that. Yeah.
That's great. If we can get similar from Hypersense as well too, like connect into like the up smash.
Right.
I know it's possible, but it's not easy. That should in what world did that hit somebody?
I'm so confused. Yeah, and it just knocked him straight down too.
That was a weird,
wacky interaction.
Oh.
The Ram. That would have been very funny if that KO'd from the stage.
Should it? No.
But that will. That definitely will.
Yep,
we know that'd be a KO every day.
That'll do it.
Every day of the week.
Solid on dezly to stick to the Fortress game plan and succeed.
Yeah.
Doing so. He does what we know that he is capable of doing. Rocking the min, tossing out the arms. He always keeps his opponents at arm's length.
At arm's length. At arm's length at all times. dezly is always been proficient at that, playing Palu before the min release. And that was, game plans and
range
gameplay.
Of back air.
Yeah, you need that, though. You need that. A lot of players, I feel like we don't talk about this a lot because usually passive play is something that is looked under.
People
resident sleeper.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But realistically, if you're talking about competitive fighting games, let's just say Smash is a fighting game. Let's just say, right? Let's just say.
I'll say
if you're talking about competitive fighting games, that ability to be patient can be harder than any combo, right? Any meaty setup, any frame tight, one frame, just frame. Sometimes the ability to stop yourself from impulse is harder to do than executing a combo, than breaking down a defense, than reading a jump, than reading a block, than this complicated pretzel diagonal move for Power Geyser.
Practice stopping yourself in training mode.
It's extremely difficult because you're just by yourself. Right? And even when you're playing friendlies, it's hard to do that because it's not a tournament setting.
But it's even harder, I think, in friendlies.
And you're just with the boys.
Which makes it difficult because if you're not able to practice it, how are you going to implement it? That's
and then
what
you
makes
take that play to tournament, the play you've been practicing, which is, I guess we'll just jump in here and do whatever. And then we're confused why our results don't match our mindset.
Right.
Because our mindset might tell us, oh, yeah, I need more patient play there. You might watch a replay and say, oh, I should have just, chilled out for a couple of seconds and bam, this interaction would have came up. But we don't practice it. In fact, we insult people for it.
One of the biggest things that I think kind of changed my mindset on that and helped me in there, because I feel like a lot of people struggle with this of like, man, I keep doing this thing and I can't stop doing this thing. I can't stop jumping in, or I can't stop, like, even if it's like an air dodge habit or a mashing the A button out of disadvantage habit, whatever it is, if it's something they know they need to stop doing, and it's one thing they say, I want to stop that. If you tell your brain, stop this action, it's actually like 20 extra steps for your brain, because you say stop this action, and then you get into that situation where that's your natural reaction, and your body's like, first I know I want to mash the A button. Oh, but wait, I've been told to not do that action, and then what am I supposed to do instead? And then you're just like slowing yourself down and freezing up. You need to find outside of the game, before you jump into the next. I feel like taking time in between games is really good for this too. Ask yourself, what should you replace it with? And say, instead of saying, I need to stop air dodging, or I need to stop jumping in, think, I need to start waiting, or I need to start jumping. Or, you know, mix whatever you need to do.
Whatever next interaction is.
Because then it's that much faster for your brain to implement these things, the way that it works.
Implementation, I guess, at any time is going to be
telling
a process.
Yourself to stop is hard.
You need time, exactly. You need time.
But telling yourself, like, in order to play patiently, instead of saying, just wait. To your brain's like, what am I waiting for? Tell it, look for this, you know? Look for my opponent's dash dance. Look